Happy Sunday, everybody. How's your weekend? Mine was very, very busy. Well, my wife and I moved about was it 3 months? March, however long March was. Uh, my daughter, my wife, and I moved in, and there are certain parts of the house that we have not finished unpacking. One of those places is was the garage. I mean, we couldn't even get our car into the garage. It was that bad. So this weekend we just busted it out. We just got it done, and it was very tiring. I am tired, but I have an obligation to you guys, and I want to draw too. So there's that as well. But of course, Marshmallow would win because it's the internet, and cats always win on the internet. So I'm going to be finishing up this guy. If you guys don't remember the story or didn't see it, my first introduction to cats was this cat that lived somewhere in the neighborhood where my cousin lived, named Marshmallow. And Marshmallow was this white cat and cute looking guy, but very mischievous. And he took pleasure from hiding behind the planter box in my cousin's backyard. And he would lay in wait for me. And whenever I visited, and walking down the pathway to the house and of my cousin and my uncle, and he would wait, and right as I passed by he would pounce on me, and he would just hang off of my overalls. I was like 2 years old, so I'd be screaming down the pathway. And for some reason, I even though Marshmallow would do this to me, I did not have any prejudices against cats because I've had several cats in my life, and I love cats. I mean, I definitely love dogs. You guys already know that, but I love cats too. They're special and neat in their own way, and they all have their individual personalities. But this guy, he had it in for me for some reason. I guess it was small enough to look like prey. But anyway, so this weekend it was like really tiring because we spent, Friday we started on the garage. We knocked out a lot, and then we had to take a break. So on Saturday we had to get my daughter's little school area in order because that we had everything there, but it just was not like put together nicely. So now it's cool, and it's conducive for learning and finding all the materials that she needs. So that's cool. And I'm very proud of my wife for spearheading that whole thing. I was definitely an assistant on most of this stuff, but we got it done. So that's what matters. If you guys didn't know, this week y'all helped me get to 10,000 followers on Facebook, which I think is pretty amazing. I've never heard of anybody doing that. So you guys were instrumental in that. And I definitely have to give props to my wife for really, being at the head of that, because she's doing a lot of the most of the behind the scenes technical stuff, because I get all frazzled when I work on that type of thing, which is why I'm drawing by hand and not on the computer. However, I do know how to draw on the computer. It's faster for me to do it like the old school method. Um, um, Last week I tried out these for the first time. These are these really cool um, Oto graphic liners, and the reason that I love them is because they do not smear or feather when I introduce alcohol marker to them, and that's huge for me because you know I love working in pencil. That's my main thing, and then going in afterwards um, with the markers helps me color. It's kind of like a way to sketch using color. That's why I like markers. And then the inks just are with the pens are good to just kind of like solidify all your line work. But there's many different brands out there, and a lot of them, when you start using alcohol markers, the ink just starts melting when you use it. So it just messes up your marker tips. It messes up your drawing itself. So, Susan, you said Facebook removed your notifications, so you had to sign up again. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I've just been yammering away, but I just looked up for the first time. Hey, Nikki. Thanks, Jen. Jill, it is a real character because that's me, and this is Marshmallow. This is a real story. Thank you, Lisa. Cool, Kathleen. You got a notification. That's awesome. Thank you for sprinkling the love, Deanna. Excellent, Lynn. So, sorry, I got to look down again here because I got to keep going. But I don't know. So yeah, so the story again was from this week. This is the drawing. I drew 4 drawings, um, and this was a drawing that you voted for out of those 4. And there was a 5th drawing, but the 5th drawing wasn't in the poll because the 5th drawing was from Friday. And if you were watching on Friday, um, I did a special live where I celebrated reaching the 10,000 followers, and then I was taking requests. And so it sort of just turned into a big drawing full of animals. um, and that one I am going to be finishing up, not on a live, but I will be finishing that drawing up, and I'm going to be making it a digital print on my store. And then I'm also going to have a special coupon that you guys can use that'll give you guys a discount off of that as a thank you if you're interested in getting that drawing. And then the digital print, you can print it out on whatever type of paper you want or do whatever with whatever you like with it. Then what else was there? Oh, well, because I hit 10,000 followers, there was a little feature that was unlocked on oh, okay. There was a feature that got unlocked, and that was there's a like a what do you call it, a subscriber. If you would like, you can subscribe. And how what my idea or what our idea for that is that if you subscribe, then you get a chance to every month I'll do a random drawing where I'll pick one of the subscribers, and then you guys will give me a subject, and then I can draw that for you, and I'll mail that off to you. So every month it'll have that opportunity.
It's very blurry on my phone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it the lighting?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out.
Sorry, guys, we're having some technical issues here.
Just to make sure. Does it look blurry to you guys too, or is it just me? Oh, that's a little bit brighter. And the camera was doing that weird thing where it kind of focuses in and out.
Oh, no.
But I think it has to do with your hand.
Oh.
Like the focus between the hand and the paper.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll work itself out.
I don't know. Try that.
Hey, Carrie. Sharon says it's not blurry. Carrie says it looks good.
I know one of the things people were saying is that the camera, because it's straight overhead now, your hand blocks a lot of what you're doing. Whereas I think before with your phone,
it was up here.
It was more
angled.
This
so
way.
Maybe we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't know.
Sure,
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna get solved tonight, but
right.
We'll keep working on it.
Sorry. We'd have to move you.
Yeah.
Up more.
Yeah, this is all very new, so we're still working everything out here, and we just got a new setup for me, so please bear with us.
See it? It's doing it. It just did it.
And I can see how it's blocking.
See it?
Yeah. What a bummer.
I don't know why it's doing that.
This is my 70s haircut. 70s bowl cut. I'm sure if you were in the 70s, you either had one of your kids had this haircut, or you had this haircut, or one of your siblings or friends had this haircut.
Can you be more
like up here?
No, more like, can you move your body that way?
Yeah, maybe I can. Let's see.
So that your arm is more over here. Can you do that?
I'll try. It's a little awkward, but I'll see what I can do.
So would it be easier if it's closer to you?
Maybe if it's closer. Okay, we'll get this to work so you can see it better, guys.
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
And it's hard too because the book goes pushing.
Yeah, so the other thing is this is probably one of the last times you'll see me working in this sketchbook, because now I'm going to be working on a tablet that's flat, so it's not gonna, you don't have to worry about the image bowing or anything like that.
How's that?
I'm fine.
You're
fine?
I
hope they like it. Should probably start erasing.
I'm gonna go see how that looks on my
phone. All
phone.
right, cool. Thank you. Might use a black marker. All right. Well, again, this whole setup is still a work in progress, and we'll get it eventually. Just please bear with us. Appreciate it. Lisa, that is a bowl cut. Yeah, they were huge in the 70s. Not so much now, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe are they bringing them back? I wouldn't. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, it was very, very busy, and I think I probably lost about 10 pounds of water weight in that garage. Man, it was like probably pushing 100 degrees in there. It's like a sauna. But we got it done. It's a very, very good feeling to finish a project like that because it was so daunting. Like on Friday, I was like, oh, we're going to do this. And then by today, I was like, wow, we did this. So pat myself on the back. But definitely give props to my wife for sure because she definitely pushed it along. I don't know if my cousin's watching this. I know she knows I have this channel. I'd be interested to hear what she'd have to say about this story. And my aunt thought it was pretty funny. I think my whole family thought it was pretty funny. I didn't think it was funny. I think it's funny now, but it's pretty terrifying at the time. Yeah, I'm really excited. I got a whole bunch of new pens and paper and a new setup here to film. So there's really no excuse now. I mean, I've definitely in the past been guilty of saying, well, I need to get this in order to do that, or I need to, I need to get better at doing this. And one thing is, one of my friends said to me, like, if you keep telling yourself you're not, you need to do something first, you're never going to do it. You just got to jump in. And I think I've kind of slowly learned that over the years. But definitely having all this cool setup is helps encourage me. Again, thank you guys for helping me get to 10K on Facebook. It's I'm impressed. I didn't think I would hit that fast. Someone was saying that they were watching. They were watching some other show, some other page on Facebook or I don't know where, but they said somebody mentioned the sketchy friendler. I'm like, what? That the other person that they watch, who's I guess some type of a crafter in Oklahoma, was like mentioning that they were watching this. I was like, what? It's pretty cool. I should start getting into this coloring stuff. I don't want to bore you with all this black and whites here. Just bear with me for a little bit more. You know, it's always the last. Like you have 6 pens, and it's always the last one is the one that you pick up. Is the one that you were looking for. What is that? Does that happen to you when you're like looking for multiple things and you find all the things except for the one that you're looking for, but the very last one, that's the one you're looking for? Frustrating. I wonder what happened to Marshmallow. My cousin said that just one day it just stopped coming around. Maybe they found some better food down the street or something. That's one thing about cats. If they're, I mean, I don't advocate for cats being outside, but when they are, they're like, they're so like, they're kind of like mercenaries. Just like go hang out at somebody else's house, and come back every once in a while, just kind of like a roommate or something. Funny. It's always cool when I read one. I'm definitely I'm loyal to all the people who've been here from before day one for sure. But it's just always fascinating to me when people are like, oh, I just found your page, like with no previous, no references, points of reference. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. This internet thing, man. It's it's amazing. And my daughter, she's really cool because she like you can tell like she's watching, she watches me draw certain things, and the next time I look at her drawing, she's like drawing what I was drawing. So it's cool. It's like she's kind of like a student in a passive way, which is kind of just she observes and tries it on her own. I think that's pretty cool. She was drawing some funny stuff today. Because we were like working in the garage, so she was close by, but we didn't want to have her in the garage because it's not safe. So she was drawing, and she was drawing like it was like looked like a internet chat, like kind of like what you see here with all your comments and stuff. But she was like she was like trying to have a conversation with me, but like she would like put her little avatar and then write something, and then she'd have me write it, and it was pretty cute. She's always trying to make me laugh. It's fun. But sometimes I feel like she's trying too hard. Like just I'm you don't have to do that for me. I mean, it's funny, and I am entertained, but I hope she doesn't feel like she has to do that. But I do appreciate that. I don't think her mom necessarily appreciates that she has. She's like some of the dumb humor that I have. I think it's funny, and mom does think it's funny, but sometimes it's like you gotta just, there's a time and a place, and like I think Anna's still learning, like when is a good time or when is not to like be joking around. And I'll be honest, sometimes I don't know when it's appropriate or inappropriate to joke around. So maybe I'm a bad role model. I don't know. Definitely want to give this guy a good outline because he's the star of this drawing. I'm just passing through. This is his story. Marshmallow. Maybe I'll make a little cartoon strip about Marshmallow and the antics that he gets into. I don't know. I should ask my cousin if he. I mean, I just remember seeing, like, I would see him like sitting up on the fence back here sometimes. But I'm wondering, like, if he was cool with my cousin? Like, were they friends, or was he kind of one of those standoffish cats? I'm curious now. Yes, Cynthia, definitely Mischievous Marshmallow. That is a great name for this little character. Boy, was he. I've since seen, like, actually, it was funny because this morning my wife was showing me a video of cats just chasing, surprising dogs and jumping out at stuff. And it's pretty funny. I guess there are more cats out there like Marshmallow. Oops. All right, let's see what we can do with the colors here. Excuse the sound. I pull up my markers here. So from what I remember, he was all white, but I do remember my cousin saying that he kind of had maybe some cream or tan patches, but I don't remember that. So I'm going to just draw him white. I'm just going to put some shadows on him because I wouldn't know where his markings were. I mean, come on. I was like 2 years old. 2.5 tops. I mean, it was traumatizing enough to be a memory for me, a memory. But it was long ago. Let's see. You notice how this isn't making these markers bleed or feather, or the inks, and that's huge for what I'm doing here. This way?
Because the camera is focusing on your marker tip and not the picture.
Oops.
Also, you gotta move those away from your microphone because it's way too loud with you scuttling right underneath the microphone.
Sorry. Again, sorry guys. All right, I'll move all this.
That's why the dresser should be over here.
Yeah.
So you can get stuff without it.
All right.
You stay away from the mic.
Okay. It's too sensitive.
It is very sensitive.
But you can hear me.
Oh, they can hear you. They can hear you well. But yeah, we want to make sure the picture stays the center of the camera.
Okay. Cool.
Which is really hard to do with this book.
Yeah. Well, that won't be an issue.
Well, I think we're going to have to reposition the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you can stay there, it'll be good.
Okay.
For a while. Love you.
Love you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Carol. I should have set this up better before I started. Hopefully I'll figure it out. nose. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to color the old blue jeans in. Oshkosh, probably. So overalls, I think a lot of kids had those back then. Just I did. You know what I had when I was little? That I don't know. You guys probably remember. Like, do you remember those pajamas, those PJs that had the little the feet attached to them? I hated those. I just remember telling my mom to cut the feet off. Cut them off. My feet are too hot. I've always liked sleeping when it's cooler. I don't like unless I'm in some freezing cold place. I mean, I just prefer not to feel like can't breathe. Thank you for all the compliments, guys. There's so many. Oh, Leanne, yeah, I actually have some scars from other cats later on in life. Like a cat bit me once. You know, think about dogs, unless they're vicious, nasty, or scared, really scared dogs. Dogs typically, when they bite, they won't fully bite down. Like it'll hurt, but cats, when they bite, man, they mean business. And usually because maybe they can't use their claws or something, so it's like their last resort. Trying to test out these colors while I'm talking to you guys. Oh, that might not work. Yeah, I'm actually getting more issues with the pencils that I need to be more careful about where. Okay. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. Awesome, Carolyn. Chris says your cat likes to bite your ankles, like seriously, or like play bite, or like ouch, breaking skin. Yeah, maybe I could make a sticker out of this cat. Good idea, Christy. So, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to do stuff at the same time as drawing this. But I think I'm excited for this week. I have some ideas of what I want to draw for you guys. But I'm really enjoying this. Again, I can't tell you like how I never expected ever to be drawing again on a regular basis. One thing too is that I actually I have glaucoma, and it's pretty advanced, and I didn't catch it for a long time. And when I found out that I had I definitely thought like, wow, I have this talent. And I mean, I've been treating it, and I had like laser surgery for it, but the damage that has been done is irreversible, and it is just very slow progressing. But I figure like I have years of drawing that I need to get done in a shorter amount of time, because eventually, I don't know how blind I will become, but it's definitely it's coming. I had like laser surgery on my eyes, and they say that you can have it up to 3 times, but it you don't know how long it's gonna help. Let's see, sorry, I'm told I'm sliding. Let's see. Try to... Ah, okay. But yeah, I'm gonna be seeing a doctor, and I moved out of state, so we have a new doctor, so I have to get the doctor to refer to me to a new specialist so that they can check out, how progressed it is and if I need to do anything or if I'm okay for now. I was taking drops before. I don't know. This is boring you. I don't know. I was taking drops before I got the lasers done. I haven't used it after that because after I got my laser surgery, they said that it actually halted it, at least temporarily. But the funny thing is, well, two things about the drops. One is there's a side effect to the glaucoma drops, and one the side effect actually has been adopted by the beauty industry because it actually makes your eyelashes grow longer. So people are using it to make their eyelashes grow longer. And then the other thing is that the funny story is that when I was working with dogs, I we had to administer medication to dogs who had like seizures or allergies or whatever. But there was one dog who had glaucoma and was on the same medication that I was taking at the time. I was like, oh man, we got something in common. That was pretty funny. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that, Julie. I think I think I'm pretty okay, especially since I did get the laser surgery. But from what my one of the eye doctors was telling me is that there's no that procedure could last years or could last weeks. It just sort of you don't know. So that's why I need to get into special so they can actually start charting to see if it's just hanging out where it was or if it's like it's gotten way worse over the past couple of years. Um, I do have floaters, but that's separate from the glaucoma. Glaucoma, what I've noticed is a lot like peripheral vision has definitely suffered. And there's like some patches on one of my eyes, like right in the center, that's missing. And that was what kind of tipped me off to it. Was originally because I was on my phone and I was like pressing a button on the screen or trying to tap something, and I kept missing it. And I was like, "What's going on? Why do I see the button there? I keep pressing it, but I'm missing. I'm missing it. What's going on?" And so basically, your brain compensates. So when you have a big blind spot there, your brain makes that kind of go away, or kind of tells you that that's not what's happening, and it kind of makes an average of what it's seeing. And so I that's how I figured out I was having eye problems because I knew something was up. Just didn't know what it was. And yeah, so I ended up going to the doctor. They did a whole bunch of tests, and sure enough, glaucoma. Sure. I don't know. I hope I'm not boring you with all this foliage, but it's got to get done. Well, I'm glad some of you are enjoying it. I'm having fun. Again, thank you guys for the compliments. And thank you for helping us reach 10,000 this past week. Yeah. So, one of the things about when I reach 10,000 is that Facebook kind of like opens up some different features for the page. And one of them was the option for me to start a supporter group. And the idea for that is going to be a way for people who are interested in having me draw commissions. And the way that it works is that if you would like to have me draw something for you, you would join the supporter group. And each month, I randomly will pick one person that I will draw their single subject drawing for them. And through that month, I'll work on it and then send it out to you. And that way, I won't get like inundated with like a whole bunch of requests all at once, and I can spend good quality time on each drawing. And people who really are interested in my drawings would be the ones who would sign up for it. So like you're not missing anything if you don't sign up for the supporter group or anything like that. So it's just really for people who really want to get me to draw a picture for them. So it would be like you would give me one, like a photo or like a description of one subject, and then if you get picked for that month, then I would draw that for you. And then I think like there'd be additional fees if you wanted more than one subject in the drawing, or if you needed it to be sent out faster or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So otherwise, like the drawing itself, for the base drawing um, would be covered by the subscription. But yeah, so if the only additional fees would be like if you wanted me to like fully color it, or if you wanted multiple subjects, or if you needed me to send it out like quicker than regular methods of sending mail. So that's what that's about. So again, you don't have to do it if that's not something you're interested in. Just for people who really want me to draw something, and it's kind of like a little fun little thing because you get to, it's a surprise, who might get picked because it's all random. But I will be also putting digital prints up again for the 10,000. I did that drawing that I'm working on this week, finishing up. That I'll be putting up as a digital print, and I'm also going to be putting a special coupon code up as well, so you'll get a discount off of that if you use that coupon code. Sorry, I'm on my desk. Let's see.
Facebook's doing that thing to me again where the comments are super slow because I'm only seeing like a third of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Markers are really nice.
What? Oh yeah, these markers. I love them. They're called Copic markers. It's a Japanese brand, but I love them. I once went to a convention and there was a drawing of sweepstakes where they were there, and you put your name into a hat basically, and then they drew it out at the end of the day, and I won. I just like randomly just put my name in and won. People were so mad because I think some people were waiting there like all day long, and I just walked up like 10 minutes before they did the drawing. I guess they didn't shake the bin up very much because I won. So I got a set of markers, some books, some instruction books, but I hadn't ever used them before, so it turned me on to them. So they got a customer from that. So they won in the end, really. A little planter box. I think there was tomatoes that were usually growing in there. It was so many years ago. That's a detail I don't remember. What was growing there? I'll have to ask my cousin. The heck was your mom growing in that planter box? think it was tomatoes. Oh yeah, so if you're interested in any of the pens, pencils, markers, paper, any of the stuff that is erasers, you can get them on our Amazon store. So if you go to the AMC Princess Anna page or website, amcprincessanna.com, there is a link for the Amazon store there, and you can check out the stuff that I use and see if that's something that you might want to try out. Let's see, what else?
I wonder if people would be interested in when you're done coloring, if you show me you color on Sunday, will you put that up as a digital?
Oh yeah, if you guys let us know if you are interested in us posting these on our on the store as digital prints. So like the finished drawings that I do. Yeah, because that way you can take these if they're something that you think is cool and you want for yourself. You can print them out on whatever you want to print it out on and have them. But if that's something that interests you, then we'll find a way to put these up in the store for sale as digital prints. Thanks, Sandra. Michael. Michael, you never fail to amuse me with your comments.
Yesterday he said, is the smoke detector really done beeping, or is it only beeping at a higher pitch that only the unicorns can hear?
Nana just told me the unicorn comment that you made yesterday, Michael. Too much. Thanks, Tony. Sharon, would I consider doing lessons? I've never really taught anybody. I don't know if I could teach you. I'd have to think about how I would do that. Like, how do I? We've talked about doing the events. Yeah, I might do. Facebook has like these events you can do. So I might perhaps do some type of an event like where I do try to teach people how to do stuff. I have to think about that. I mean, that's going to take some time to figure out what kind of how I would do it. Because again, yeah, I've never taught anybody before. I'm not opposed to it, but I mean, do I have a right to? I don't even. I mean, there's plenty of art teachers out there. I mean, I'll try. I mean, if it's something that you guys really want, I will research it and see if I can do it. All right. I think that should do it. I've been on for about an hour, and I think I did it. Thank you.
Barbara wants to know if artists see things in pieces as they sketch or in whole sections.
Wow, that's a good question. These are all things that I've just been doing for so long. I have to really think about that one. I guess when I'm working on one thing, I am definitely looking at one thing. But I kind of have an idea of what I want to draw, but I don't necessarily exactly know how it's going to turn out. I sort of just trust in the universe to guide me through. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I think I'm going to wrap this up here. Let me put a little shadow for Marshmallow. Good old Marshmallow. All right, guys. So I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the great compliments. Thank you for the subscribers. And I will be on tomorrow, and we'll start this all over again, and then we'll make it back to here next week and see which drawing wins.
You might be doing videos.
Yeah, I might be starting to do videos also, so that I can maybe do a few at a time, and then I can just seed them out. So we'll see how that works out. We're just playing with different methods and seeing what works best. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same, because when I do the lives anyway, I'm not really looking at what you guys are saying, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it works, and we'll see you here tomorrow at some point. Thank you so much again. Love you guys. Good night.